Tech is lethal, representing the 17th ranked team in the nation right now. If you get 5 hitters involved, it is game over. But Georgia Tech knows they're going to have to pass well in system, stay with energy, because Clemson's not going to go anywhere without a fight.
I don't think Buzz is either. He's got the energy pumping. Clemson, as we said, 0-6 in ACC play. We spoke to Michelle Collier, and she said, look, we get it. We've played the same schedule as Clemson because they are travel partners in the ACC. And so these teams, they faced 3 teams in the top 15 in the polls. That would be Louisville, Pitt, and SMU. I think for Clemson, they competed well those first couple weekends. I think going 0-2 at home last weekend against Virginia Tech was probably disappointing. So they're trying to get things going here on the road. And Bianca Bertolino, one of the toughest servers in the ACC, will get us started tonight. And a battle in the middle. And Tamara Otene with the first kill.
Wiley, you're going to see early scouted shots. So Otene paid attention to video, recognizing the line defender sitting pretty deep, drops in the tip shot to start off the match.
So Otene on the outside. Bianca Bertolino serving again. Big swing from Asia Daly. Velez. A little long that time. There is a change on the right side, though, for Georgia Tech. Larissa Menges, who's led the team in all 6 matches in kills. She is out tonight, Keely, resting that ankle and foot.
That's going to hurt Georgia Tech a little bit, but I actually think it's going to balance out the offense a little more. Georgia Tech needs to get multiple hitters involved, and it's easy when Menges is on the court. Try to find her.
We are told it's precautionary. And we saw Menges sit out a match back in September because of this same injury. So something she's been trying to nurse back to health during the season. But with this quick turnaround from a Sunday to a Wednesday, Asia Daly ties us up at 2 in this first set. They figured now is an opportunity to give her a break.
You give a break, and that's what Clemson is hoping. Georgia Tech's just a little rusty, maybe tired, because you really need this win as a program.
And a swing from the right side from Leah Harper, senior, making just her 2nd career start. Catherine Sant. And DeAndre Pierce.
So smooth. Pierce just ready at the net, the scramble. I thought Clemson was going to get an easy transition play, just a little miscommunication, but Pierce all over that send over.
DeAndre Pierce, transfer from Texas. She had 5 blocks on Friday night against Virginia Tech. I beg your pardon. Friday night against Virginia. I had it right the first time, didn't I, Keely?
You nailed it the first time. I wasn't giving, but then I was going to add to it, Wiley, the slide attack that we saw from Pierce getting going in the Virginia match. Now we're seeing it right out of the gate. This is where when Menges is in, like, taking time off just to rehab her ankle, you're going to see hitters like Pierce get the ball a little more. Love that slide attack.
And Catherine Sant feeds the middle and right on the line. Indigo Young. Her first big swing of the day. That's got to make head coach Jackie Simpson-Keir happy in her 4th season at Clemson.
It's the risk-taking, a setter off the net, force in the middle back. That's what you have to do against a Georgia Tech block and defense. Go fast.
And now McKenna Gildon. Another slide. This time Pierce is stuffed. And Otene off the dome of Mia Moore, point Georgia Tech. As we get a net violation there on DeAndre Pierce. She's really stressed that for Otene, it's just something they're going to let her swing through. She's so talented, and look, she's at a point in her career where it's kind of up to her to fix her swing. They've given her all the tricks and tools to trade.
Coach Collier is so calm with all of her players, just knows what they can do. And of course, your numbers drop through ACC play because I'm committing on number 9, Otene.
Bertolino goes off speed. Good recovery by Moore. Evan Taylor, another dig. And McGrath, her attack is long. And Georgia Tech with the point.
McGrath had the right idea. She saw 4 hands in front of her. They blocked. The block was set up. She was trying to hit high into the fingers to catch the deep shot.
It's the first attacking error for Clemson tonight. That's going to be a stat to watch for Coach Simpson Keir's club. That's something they've really been focusing on, Keeley, is there's a kill and a big-time swing from the outside. There's Michelle Collier, and season number 11 on the flats. 4 straight NCAA tournament appearances. It's the best run in program history. And that serve is long. But going back to Clemson's offensive attack, Keeley, they worked on it this week in practice. They put 4 blockers up front, 5 in the back row, trying to make it tougher to score in their training.
In the ACC play, Coach Simpson Keir knows you have to find points and offense. So instead of going easier on her team, she puts 4 blocks in front, four people in front, say, try to hit around, try to hit through. And you saw Mia McGrath start off, trying to go high into the block, and then comes through and gets another kill.
And part of that, hopefully, is you feel like when they take the court tonight, all of a sudden the court looks a lot more open. Free ball back over to Clemson's side. Sant feeds Hansen, and that's a Clemson point.
Nice job on that transition middle attack. Now you're seeing Hansen get involved. That's a just good connection. You've seen Catherine Sant reversing it, getting the flow with her middle attack.
One of the big questions facing Clemson these last few weeks is what type of offense they want to run, Keeley. And tonight we're seeing Catherine Sant in the 5-1 to start. But she and Audrey Armbruster are really close in that setter race, and they're both getting some time in the 6-2.
This is how you earn your way. So you saw Sant reversing it back. And yes, it's a battle between Armbruster and Sant. But this transition block attempt, nice job. Hansen getting the read, jumping right back to Mogridge, trying to go to her left.
So even at 7. Another middle swing.
Ooh, nice.
And Sofia Velez. Liv Mogridge not to be denied this time. Hitting over 300 in ACC play from that middle spot.
Wiley's so clever. So the first shot, Mogridge took to her left. Sweet dig by Velez, just keeping the rally going and alive. And then the final kill hitting to her right is Mogridge.
Bertolino back at the line. Ooh, tough serve with that jump serve. Hansen goes to Daly, and Velez somehow. And no hands that time from Otene, point Clemson.
You look at a team like Clemson and you're like, they haven't won a match in the ACC, 0-6, but they're in the top 70 RPI. You know, there's so many teams. We have 10 ACC teams in the top 40 RPI. It's not an easy conference, but you feel that type of fight with this Clemson Tiger team.
And like we said, I mean, having to face 3 teams in the top 10 to start your season in ACC play. Both these teams face them.
So strong at Otene. That was a lean back set by Emiliano to create the seam in the block. The middle blocker, Young, took a step to her left. Great set delivery.
So you saw that point really quickly belong to Georgia Tech, Keeley. Meanwhile, Clemson, they want an extended point, and that's really their goal tonight, is to try and extend those points, create opportunities for attacking errors. Meanwhile, Georgia Tech picking up a couple of quick ones.
You were right, Andy. Hi. Yeah, Wiley. The scramble play, and then Otene just puts her finesse touch on the inside cut shot.
Mogridge serving. Going deep corner, handled by Addie Raines. Big swing from the back row. Here comes Daly again, and she's got it. Finding the seam there in the back corner.
Exactly, Wiley. So going up You saw Daly, a hard attacker. She can hang even with the height. Daly's a tall, extended attacker going for that deep corner shot, standing at 6'2".
Over 500 kills in Daly's Clemson career. Second year as a full-time starter. And I love what Coach Simpson here told us about Bailey during this 6-match losing streak. It's not easy for college athletes, all high achievers, to deal with the losing. And I think she feels like Asia Daly's really stepped up in this time because her team needs her. Tight to the net. Ogrid's in the back row. I think Young thought she'd won the point. And again, have a violation there on Catherine Sand. Her foot leaked over that middle line.
Wiley, this is a team like Georgia Tech. This is how they frustrate teams. So the cover ball, you saw the block come in and defenders are sitting and covering your teammate to keep it. Great job.
So a timeout on the floor as Clemson wants to talk it over. Back in a moment from O'Keefe Gym in Atlanta.
Champions are not born. They're forged. Every challenge is an opportunity.
5 as the ACC. We have 3 of the top 5 are from the ACC in the nation. That's what you're going in and trying to compete against every match.
The additions of Stanford, SMU, Cal, the service error out of the break. Makes the conference that was already getting deeper and deeper by the year, gave it a real boost as McKenna Gildon will come in to serve. And Coach Simpson here tells us she does a great job of changing depths in her serve. This time she goes long. And Bertolino, a solo block on her from Indigo Young, the grad transfer from Charleston Southern.
You saw Young get the setup and then drop into her left. Clemson Tigers really trying to get this first set win.
Won only 1 set in the last 5 meetings against the Yellow Jackets. Deandra Pierce with the kill. Again, only 1 set in their last 5 meetings here inside O'Keefe Gymnasium.
You can feel the want to, and ACC volleyball really does prepare you just to compete, because back in the day it used to be the Big Ten. There was no easy match. That is what the ACC is now.
Young cocks it back, and Velez took a shot off the forehead. I guess that counts as a tool, right? Maybe? I don't know.
Sort of a shank, but you'll take it. Velez laying out her body. Young getting up. I'm loving the force back. You see Setter Sant almost at the 10-foot line to revert to flow that.
Well, I thought it was off the forehead. I guess it was off the shoulder, which is good news for Velez. But Clemson hanging around here after the service error there, 14-12, and Velez gets a chance to serve the junior transfer from Trinity Valley Community College. Did Hansen catch hands? No. Point Georgia Tech.
No argument. I'm looking at it. First, Clemson was looking for hands, but then no argument from the coaching staff.
How about the defense Velez has played these last few matches, averaging over 4 digs per set last 3 ACC contests. And Pogrid's down the middle, too hot to handle for McKenna Gildon. Point Georgia Tech.
You mentioned Velez. It's pretty impressive. She took that one earlier off the shoulder. You almost thought it was going to be a dig up. Nice job. This is where Emiliano and the connection with both middles has improved.
Georgia Tech's largest lead of this first set at +4. And that time, Nia McGrath beats it through the block.
McGrath does such a great job. Looking like she's body-wise. Look how she's facing. Looks like she's going cross-court. You saw Emiliano jump in to try to cover that seam, and McGrath turned in that ball line.
Tough serve there from Mia Moore. Lunging effort by Taylor. It's kept alive. And Moore gets it over. It doesn't last long, though. Georgia Tech wins the point. Lead back to 4.
Nobody wants to play without your top players, right? With Menges on the bench right now, just recovering from a foot injury. But in a moment like this is where you really can develop connections with other hitters. You see Mogridge lighten it up. You're going 3 kills on 6 attacks. And then with Pierce, you have 3 kills on 5 attacks. So Emiliano at the center line doing a great job getting the middles involved a little more today already.
Otene with the remaining 4 kills. Georgia Tech with 10 so far in this set. On the season, the Jackets averaging over 13 kills per set. That's top 3rd in the ACC. On the slide, Hansen, too strong.
I'm thinking we caught a little net violation on the reach back. Blockers looking confused, but I think it's a walk back. Otene just not giving eye contact to the coach. Just said, yeah, we're gonna shake that one off, move on. Nice setter delivery, though. You love getting Kate Hansen involved off of 1 foot behind the setter.
Now Mia McGrath serving. There's a swing from the right side, and Leah Harper, of course, on the outside in that rotation. Soft touch from Bertolino. She plops it in perfectly.
Bertolino recognized that setter Sant had to come all the way over to pick up tip. You saw Sant leaning back, not fully committing to that tip. Great job in the tip delivery.
Bertolino back at the line. Senior from Argentina. Daly stuffed. Back row. And Moore works it through the block. Another kill. Mia McGrath with her 3rd.
Wiley, that was smooth. McGrath waited until the block started to drop. So she, instead of hitting a power shot where the block was there, she took it as like a roll shot into the hands and got that ball to drop in front of the blockers.
Now this is going to be Nea Maria Joki, freshman from Finland. Otene, and it's going to be a net violation, I believe.
A little hop, skip, and a jump. Just the ball touched the net and went out. But this ball's going to stay with Clemson, avoiding the block and going long on the wide shot.
Yeah, you're right. There's no contact. I thought Young got a piece of it, so I assumed wrongly. We'll leave it at that. And Yoki's into the net.
It's really hard for Clemson. You can see them coming out with high energy, high fight, and Georgia Tech is still up 19-16. This is what Coach Simpson-Kier told us, is Georgia Tech's bad is still really good. Clemson's really trying hard to get going. I think you continue to force your middle when you're off, you're right back in this.
Look at the hitting percentages. You'd think Clemson's winning this match. Or this set, rather. Bertolino can't handle that one.
Going 17 kills in her last match. Daly is representing that power hit that we've seen and grown to love. 3 kills so far on 11 swings. A lot of attempts going to Daly.
Emiliano. Maybe point Clemson.
You see Clemson back in a 3-hitter setup. So Mia Moore, 6 foot, right side, back on the front row. Young with the close. Just catching the net on that extension.
And that attack too long from the middle, and Clemson has tied it up at 19, and Georgia Tech wants timeout. Tigers have won just 1 ACC set this year. That was this past Sunday against Virginia Tech. And Keely, I'll tell you what, if it was not for the service errors from Clemson, they've had 5 so far in this set. They would have the lead here.
You're right, hitting 265. Georgia Tech only hitting 118 right now. It's been unforced errors with Georgia Tech. We're seeing out of bounds swings, net out of bounds swings. So just not friendly net bounces right now as Clemson continues to fight really hard. I'm loving that team effort, and libero Devin Taylor really trying to get her team fired up. You can hear us yelling from our headsets up here.
So as we get to the end of this first set, what do you think the message is in that Georgia Tech huddle?
Coach Collier is like, guys, we're right back in this. Pass, of course, and then players like Otene, you don't want to put too much in their head, but it's saying, let's just cut down collectively on these unforced errors. And if you're going to swing your power into the high hands, you have a better shot to overpower a block than try to cut angle around the block. So just encouraging the power into the blocker's hands, I think, is a good way to go if you're Georgia Tech.
Clemson still in their huddle as the band continues to play here inside O'Keefe. What about on the Clemson side?
For Clemson, you're doing everything right. You're getting your middles going when you're out of system. Daly's producing offense on the outside. If you can get a little more right side action, but overall, I think the defensive strategy is on point. Like you said, Wiley, you eliminate those misserves or even reduce those misserves, you're pulling off the set.
And Devin Taylor, top libero in the ACC. Opportunity for Clemson. Pierce blocks Young. Mia Moore, the lefty. And it's long, point Georgia Tech.
The right idea. The Pierce saved the play, the whole play, getting that first block and then the cover, hitting that ball wide, thinking you're more toward the antenna. Mia Moore had the right shot, but just a little inside to hit that angle.
Snaps a 4-0 Clemson run. And now Lauren Sandin, senior from Ashburn, Virginia, getting her first action in a few weeks. Sandin tried to get it to Daly. It was too tight. She had to punch it over. And Otene gets it into the net. Just a missed touch.
Otene, I think the previous attacks are still in her head a little bit. She's such an incredible attacker. This one just slightly off, not exactly where she was going for her shot. Just tips that right into the net.
First team All-ACC last year. All-American honorable mention. She's hitting negative here tonight. And again, Coach Collier said, look, she has not been in her perfect rhythm recently. Mia McGrath. Clemson with the lead.
You can hear Devin Taylor all the way up here saying, come on, guys. Mia McGrath, a power swing, great low set. Block not able to get a good look and read back.
Emiliano goes to Otene, who drops it in.
This is the calmness about Coach Collier. After the first tip into the net, she just didn't have any type of feedback. You saw Otene stick a pass, it was perfect. Now comes through and goes for the tip shot she wanted to do on the last swing. This is why you see such an amazing coach that knows her players.
What a sequence for Clemson. Mia McGrath right there to drop it in. Not an easy set either from Catherine Sands.
You see McGrath playing the accordion game, working them deep, now dropping them short. Beautifully done.
As we said, Clemson has not won a set in this building since 2020. Just one set they've won in ACC play this year. Otene's got to pass it over. Ooh, and a roller off the fist from Mia Moore, and that's a rare attacking error for Clemson. They haven't had many of those in this first set.
This is the side, so you see Clemson getting offense on the outside. You got middles going. Mia Moore, if she can do something, even just clear the net and live for a transition play, Clemson's got 5 hitters hot.
Vela's serving, McGrath. Great hustle by Otene, but no one there. Point Clemson.
You saw Georgia Tech sub out Setter Emiliano to go with the bigger blocker with Harper. That's Fisher. I get both their names always confused. But and then nobody knew who the setter was in that moment.
Mia Moore with a great serve. Georgia Tech able to return it. Good dig from Taylor. McGrath. Oh, what a play by Sandin to keep it alive. Emiliano passes it over. And McGrath wide left, and what a heroic play from Lawrence Sandin to keep that point alive and keep Clemson at a set point.
Sandin gave a little energy, the layout. That was a great read off that block and the send over. McGrath wanted that line shot, just missed her hand contact to take it where she wanted.
Weeks.
Pretty impressive. This is why you work hard in practice.
A huge point here. Who will have set point? Bertolino with the roll. McGrath goes soft. Bertolino, did she catch the hands? No, she did not. Point Clemson. And a set point for the Tigers.
Let's look, and guess who's coming to the front row for Clemson? You got Asia Daly, the power swinger. You got Otene still in the back row. Bertolino still your kill. Mogridge has been hot too. Depends the pass you're gonna get.
Daly, long point, Georgia Tech.
Coach Simpson-Cure knows how important this point is. Now with set point, walks over for her challenge card. She's looking for a touch off the block.
Mark Prater, our referee.
The ruling on the court is point, Georgia Tech. Clemson is challenging block touch.
And if it's overturned, Keeley, Clemson will have their first set in O'Keefe Gym in 5 years.
What you saw from that last time out, Wiley, is that Clemson's serve has improved. This one, for me, first look, little dodgeball. It's about as close as you're going to be. If it just grazed her a little bit, maybe, but I didn't see any rotation, and she held her finger strong, even if it looked like there was no touch because you didn't even see any pushback with her fingers.
Is there enough to overturn it? I feel confident Catherine Santz lose. She's enjoying the music. A little bit of dancing going on, some smiling. Buzz is just excited he gets to come out on a Wednesday night, I bet. Of course, both these teams will get a full week off after their meeting on Friday. Travel partners nearby, so it's an opportunity to play Wednesday instead of everywhere.
After review, the call will stand. Clemson will lose their challenge.
That tells you how close it was. And now, Bianca Bertolino, Coach Collier telling us they're trying to get her to work through her serve. That's been the one part of her game these last few weeks that hasn't quite been where she wants it.
Well, if Clemson gets any type of pass, you're going outside to Daly.
There is Daly, and there's a point for Clemson.
That's how you stick a pass. Bertolino, one of the strongest servers, but that was a perfect pass going out. Daly, of course, getting the ball. You put up 17 kills, leading your team. That's how you do it.
Now the sophomore transfer from Texas Tech, Kate Hansen, serving for the set. Otene is blocked, and Clemson secures the set. Just their second in ACC play, and they have come down to Georgia and grabbed the attention of the home Yellow Jackets. One more look. What a block from Catherine Sant. Neither team had an ace in that first set. And Daly, she caught the line, point Clemson.
Coach Keir talks about Daly, how she's so comfortable on the right side, but the conversation beforehand, like, Daly, we need you on the outside. We need you with the power swing, take a lot more reps through the seam, straight vision down.
Had 17 kills in the match on Sunday against Virginia Tech. That was the most she'd ever had in an ACC match, and somehow Devin Taylor wills it over, and now her and Velez are playing pitch and catch. that's down. We got bodies flying everywhere, and Clemson extending the point and winning it.
You saw the send over. That's like in volleyball, there's a drill called tennis where you send it over like that. Daly just taking the roll shot, recognizing 3 blockers in front of her. Find an open court.
For Asia Daly, just mentioned her stepping up, Keely. She's playing so many different roles right now for Clemson. She even had a moment at the service line in that match against Virginia Tech where she picked up her first 2 career aces back-to-back. She's a senior. Otene. A little side spin there. Put some sauce on it.
Clemson right now serving lasers straight down. You see Emiliano just running past the 10-foot line, just trying to make something out of nothing. Otene so smooth, showing a hit shot, dropping it tip.
Hansen on the slide, point Clemson. Georgia Tech not at full strength tonight, Keely. They're missing Larissa Menchez, who's been their top hitter in ACC play. But you got Otene and Bertolino. Bertolino hitting in the negatives, Otene hitting 0.
Right side of the court, you have to run the slide attack. Hopefully, for Georgia Tech gets a more right side action going. But right now, Clemson's service game's on point, and they're blocked. Recognizing Otene's probably going to get the ball. When Bertolino's in the front row, chances are it's going to go that way, doing a really good attention to detail with their block reading.
And we just saw the number there, Keely. You say Clemson's service game is on point, but they've got 6 errors. Georgia Tech only 1. I know many volleyball fans know what you're talking about. Could you explain that a little further?
Right, so you saw Clemson get down on the 5 missed serves and then come through strong. Out of system ball, Sant going again. You see Daly just ripping it. But there's a level where you try to match your errors to aces. So you're trying to go strong, because if you go too weak, you're going to give free balls to the other time. If free balls in the ACC are an easy serve, it's basically a point coming down your throat.
As Deandra Pierce picks up the kill. Essentially what you're saying is a serve can win you a point even if it's not an ace.
Correct. So if you can get a scramble and an easy transition ball back, you can put that ball fast with a one-on-one block opportunity.
Hansen feeds it back, and Indigo Young drilling one in the center of the earth.
You can see Sant just trusting Young's up, and Young so fast off the ground, ready for it right here with power.
Like a time capsule, they might be able to get it back in 50 years. Bertolino, still only 1 kill so far in this match.
Good digs.
Devin Taylor leads the ACC in digs. Hansen goes right side. Mia McGrath says, thank you.
You see Clemson really taking advantage of this matchup. When McGrath is in the front row, they're trying to match up with Emiliano, going outside. Nice job changing your shot to a line shot, McGrath, instead of going into the hands of Pierce, the middle.
A service error there from McKenna Gildon.
Clemson taking the right risk, though. You go deep, you have to put your A game against a good passing Georgia Tech team. Risk take it.
So Velez serving now. Attack from the middle. That's some right side production right there from Mia Moore.
Devin Taylor, a perfect out-of-system placement. Hand set by your libero. Inside, strong shot. That's why, that's a shot actually Moore was looking for on that first set. Good power swing.
Poor pass. And it goes outside the antenna. That'll be a point for Clemson.
What you're going to recognize, the fans at home, watch it, to see the Georgia Tech passing breakdown that, well, we're not used to seeing. If any passes go toward that 10-foot line, the best part of their game is passing.
not been themselves tonight. There's a perfect pass. Cross court. Bertolino got the hands.
Bertolino, it was a rough weekend. Hard 2 wins, playing hard against Virginia. A lot of energy going into those wins. Bertolino not feeling her game, but when you give her hands in front of her, she really does a great job going flat and trying to find fingers.
In the middle, another chance for Hansen. And a kill that time from Leah Harper.
If you're Coach Collier, that's like a deep breath of relief. Like, there we go. We need some offense on the right side so the middle blocker right now doesn't camp on the outside. Nice.
Mia Moore's got a cannon.
Mia Moore waited her time, worked her tail off, and was fighting between Yoki and her on that right side spot, but really fighting hard, getting that connection, staying with good attitude. Nice to see that left-handed rip.
And now, junior from Frisco, Texas gets a chance to serve. She too with the jump serve. Oh, that was a thing of beauty. The first ace for either side tonight.
You can feel the Tigers believe. The team, the bench is completely locked in. The bench goes crazy behind this ace, going right between two of the best passers in the ACC.
So first ace of the season. And that'll be a service error.
You almost wonder, right? Because Otene, she can take over a set. Everybody knows this. She can play the game. She's incredible to watch. Coach Collier is really hoping there's a moment of takeover by Otene because the Tigers are sided out quickly.
Vicious serve from Bertolino. And McGrath, another kill. She's got 8. Clemson leading by 4. And to your point, there's a lot of belief in the orange jerseys right now.
Completely. And McGrath sees 3 in front, like, hey, I saw 4 in practice all week. Let me go high into the hands, getting that bounce and tool out.
Clemson hitting 290 against the Yellow Jackets. Georgia Tech, meanwhile, just over 100. And that time, Leah Harper from the right side comes through for the Yellow Jackets.
Harper's been playing well throughout all practices. Coach Collier knows what she can do. Harper has a swing where she looks like she's going to cut it down, and then her hand goes a little flatter and catches that bounce off the block.
Daly blocked, just catching the tape that time. And here now a run for Georgia Tech.
Wiley, we're heavily into the second set. That is Georgia Tech's first block of the match so far. Watch the press back. Pierce with just pure want to, taking away the strong shot from Daly.
And it's not a big part of Georgia Tech's game plan of their offense, but still only 1 block, 1.5 sets in. Surprising. And Daly, right now Daly and McGrath are cruising right now.
When you work so hard in your passing game, so you see Stan on the run and the vision to go around. Daly saw Pierce going wide. Nice cut inside.
Daly and McGrath together, Keely, are hitting 324 right now. Otene, letting out a little frustration right there, Keely. That's a big swing for her sight.
Great changeup on the play call. So Pierce came up the middle and then brought Otene inside. That's a one-on-one block situation, but the block was late. So it gave Otene a lot of court to look at.
Now Lauren Sandin serving. I'm going to make a confession, Keely. If I were the block on that play and I saw her winding back like that, I'd be late as well.
Yeah, I'd be putting my hands up as a defender, like, don't hit my face.
And an answer from Asia Daly.
Coach Collier knows that the matchup, it's no secret. And the ACC has scouted Georgia Tech. If Emiliano, she's 5'7" as a setter, matches up with the power outside hitter, you're setting that ball outside. Coach Collier knows and talks about we just need to side out quickly in the rotations. Emiliano's in the front row.
So Catherine Sant serving the Yellow Jackets a chance to side out with Otene. Yes. That's pretty big for the Yellow Jackets.
Wiley, this is what you're hoping. Otene takes over, going high into the hands, now clearing the net. You saw her first couple swings just missing it, but this is the confidence her coaching staff has. Stay in the match, stay fighting.
And that's off the pin. Point Clemson.
Wiley, I called the Clemson-South Carolina match where Clemson pulled off that win. Oh, excuse me. But it was a very good match to see Young early on in a home court. She's so fast off the ground, explode, able to hit around.
She's got 5 kills on 7 swings. She has been terminal tonight. Bertolino trying to get her offense going. It's been a slow night for her so far.
Wiley, the chess game we're talking about. Goolsby in on the setter game, delivering a perfect set out to Bertolino on a power hit. This spreads out the court when you go to that 6-2 pattern. Now with Fisher on the right side, number 18.
Georgia Tech leaning into their depth, still without Elo Suarez, who's out with the hand injury. Coach Collier hopes they can have her back by November. But that's given Ashlyn Goolsby a chance to step in as that second setter and getting a little run right here in the second set. Mia Moore with the hands, and that'll take us to our second set break. Clemson stunned the Yellow Jackets in the first set. They're in a good spot here in the second. This has been the decision Georgia Tech has had to make seemingly every match the last few weeks without Suarez. And they'll make changes in match, Keely. They've made one here today.
You see Daly and McGrath are dominant.
Now, some teams you'll see make this move to try and create more production. For the Yellow Jackets, it's more about their defense, and that was why it's so key they have those 3 front row hitters in the front row at all time.
Going against a shorter setter with Emiliano being 5'7", Clemson's taking advantage, so is the right move to do. Switch to that 6-2.
Clemson took the first set 26-24. Sandin goes to McGrath. A little confusion there. Point Georgia Tech. Lauren Sandin came close to going a little too far over that line.
That was a say a little prayer for you, running forward, getting that nice send over, trying to play it to take the setter out. Like when you're running in and you're playing defense and you're trying to make that tight set save, you just hope you can turn your body to avoid a net violation.
Oh, McKenna Goldon is coming in. Were you successful avoiding the net, you think?
Yeah, you know, like a high jumper, how you pull your back off? That's the goal. When you turn toward the net, you train it.
I don't know the first thing about high jumping. I never even tried that. So, no, I don't know, but I can imagine. Liv Mogridge. Don't have to imagine that. That's for real right there.
It was just getting out of the rotations, now entering your cruise control right there at transition play. We're used to seeing this with Georgia Tech with Mogridge coming right to the middle.
Otene gets to it. Good pass that time from McGrath. Blocked again. Mogridge in the middle. But it's wide left. Point Clemson.
Coach Collier looking down at her bench saying, is that in or out, guys? There's no argument from the bench going wide on that. Wow, you see some offense. Yeah, catching wide, stayed wide.
Into the net there from Mia Moore.
You feel Clemson, they're hanging on it. I think the shift of the 6-2 just gave a little different look because Clemson got confident on the outside over Emiliano. Coach Collier said, okay, we're going to have to change up, go to that 6-2 pattern, 3 attackers in the front row at all times.
Devin Taylor, terrific pass. Big swing from Harper. Another, that time into the net, point Clemson.
Emiliano set the ball in transition that we're used to seeing Mendez hit. It's a low ball delivery. Harper needs it just a little higher to connect with.
Mia McGrath hit the line.
Bullets.
Otene got it.
This is why Coach Collier is just calm on the sideline. She knows Otene is powerful, can perform. If she's down a couple, she'll come right back. There's no hesitation, Otene with the kill.
I think that also tells you something about Otene as well, in that she doesn't need an outburst from a coach to get her attention. I think Coach Collier trusts that Otene knows the changes she needs to make and where her emotions need to be. You're
correct. Otene, senior, knows her power, knows her game, just has to settle in, get the rhythm.
And that time, a net violation on Clemson. The Yellow Jackets pull within 1 here in the second set.
Hands coming under on the slide attack. It looked like no argument by Coach Kier after she checks.
Too many touches there for the Yellow Jackets. Harper doing all she could.
That was a quick scramble ball. For a moment, the serve was called, and it didn't seem like Clemson was set up yet. They're happy to get out of that side out.
And now, Nea Maria Yoki will serve. Got 25 aces this year. That's 7th in the ACC. Completely out of system. Great serve. Daly gets the tool. Point Tigers, and Clemson gets to 20. Coach Michelle Collier wants a timeout.
Wiley called it. All started with an amazing serve. Nice job by turning that one hard toward the line, recognizing Harper was coming inside. Daly twisting her body, getting that line look, and the tool off.
You mentioned Georgia Tech has beaten Clemson, dominated them here inside O'Keefe Gymnasium. Clemson, they picked up their first set in set 1. They haven't beaten the Yellow Jackets since 2015. And here you can see the contrast of what has happened to them in ACC play versus tonight. What number jumps out the most there, Keely?
Definitely kills
in that huddle. But for the Tigers, you know, Keely, it can be really hard to try and keep that energy level up in practice when you're going through a stretch like Clemson's going through. But so far, I mean, Coach Simpson-Kier told us that they hadn't lost any step, any energy in their gym, and they're showing it right now.
Correct, Wiley. And as a college coach, you spend so much time recruiting kids. You're on their sideline watching them at high school club practices. You watch to see how they react to errors, how they work with teammates around, how they respond to their coach. You're watching all these things, and you're hoping that when they come together, it can gel as a team.
Let's see if Yoki's affected by the timeout. Nope. Otene blocked. And she pushed it forward. Little improvisation by Tamara Otene.
Otene just gave a little eyebrow raise to her teammate, like, okay, guys, there you go. Good scramble. It started with a great serve. Send over, open court, ball's at the net. Otene says, let me go ahead and send this deep.
Is she going to be in that setter role here?
Something close. You're going to have Libero Bellis take it, if not the hands of Bertolino.
The Jackets want those big hitters in the front row. But that time, Daly uses them to her advantage.
Such an improved spot in the game of Clemson. I've watched them for years, calling tons of matches, going into the hands, not being scared, hitting the outside hand of a blocker. Great job, Daly, on that swing.
Going long ways across the court for the Tool. Taylor goes to Moore, and Moore is denied.
Oh, Tanae, we almost cracked a smile. Oh, Tanae, that was a beautiful block. I thought the set was right on point. Oh, Tanae had the read on Mia Moore. Mia Moore walks it off like, okay, that was a good block. That's what I loved about professional volleyball. When you get a good block, a good swing, it's just you complement the game.
Moore again, and that time she lands it. Is that kind of what happened in professional volleyball? Blocked once and yep.
And you come right back. And this time another teammate says, I'm gonna go ahead and shut any type of momentum. Daly takes that rip down the line. I think she's played a little right side of Clemson last year.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
McKenna Gildon will serve. Pierce on the slide, and a block on the solo. Mia McGrath. Clemson doing everything right now, and they're 2 points away from going up 2-0 in O'Keefe Gym.
Great read, one-on-one to McGrath. You saw Young going all the way. Great job on that read. Clemson feel lead in the second set.
Everything on paper and historically told you this would be a match that Georgia Tech should win pretty cleanly. But Clemson has thrown all that out of the window, and they've played what I imagine has got to be, Keely, one of their best matches of the season so far.
You wonder if you're Coach Collier, he's like, Menges just resting her foot right now as the right side. You're missing that offense because Menges plays in the front row, and then if Georgia Tech stays in the 5-1, you run it out of the back row. So missing those kills, she's been the kill leader for the last couple of matches.
All 6 ACC matches, she's either led the Yellow Jackets in kills or tied for the lead.
Yeah, incredible. So you're missing that offense today, Wiley? Like Georgia Tech trying to find answers mid-match. Clemson just producing offense. That's what they've worked on for the last couple practices.
There is Larissa Menges. I think that face says it all. She wants to be out there.
I know she's like thinking, can we tape this up? Is there a chance? But this is where, when you're an injured player, this is where you still need to talk to your teammates and like stay in this match because they need your brain just as much as your body. Menges is an incredible player, but I'm sure the frustration just overtakes it.
The Yellow Jackets, you mentioned trying to figure out a solution in real time, Keely. They're about to run out of time here in this second set. Clemson knocking on the door of a 2-0 lead.
You saw Emiliano talking to the group, a setter in her senior year. She knows what it takes, but Clemson, maybe you got to wear orange more often. You're feeling hot.
McKenna Gildon out of the timeout. Bertolino, yes.
Wiley, bullets. That is what Clemson is turned. You're seeing Georgia Tech Emiliano run all over the court, making something out of nothing. Nice job on that set. Good, strong kill by Bertolino.
Just her 4th of the night. Bertolino averaging over 3 kills per set. Velez goes to Fisher. McGrath is stuffed. Fisher and Mogridge teaming up. And now timeout Clemson.
Fisher getting the read all the way over. McGrath tried to do it again. It was a smart idea, trying to turn that ball line. But you saw Fisher not going all the way to the seam, but really coming over her body to...
Shelly Collier bringing her team in close. Clemson, they did not have Daly on the floor during that rotation, Keely. You think we see her back now after the
You know, she's got a couple more rotations. Mia McGrath is in that left front.
Yeah.
So you saw Georgia Tech, and that was after that timeout. Coach Collier was like, McGrath wants to turn that ball line. We'll let her have the cross-court, defender cross-court, but anything line, we got to protect it with the block. And you saw right away, Fisher came in, did that. You had Sandin on the service line. So Georgia Tech's without a setter, Emiliano currently in the front row. You just expect a transition play, a high ball attack, everybody in from the cover. For Clemson, if you can get your middle going, is probably a good time to get some type of middle offense, because you still have a decent lead in this set to hopefully then finish out the set.
You can trade points here. If you're Clemson, you win the set.
Right, just that quick side out. Let me see in the front row. Yeah, Young's in your front row. Come on, you get a good pass. Young's so explosive off the ground. Run a 3, which is a distance set. And then Mia Moore, your right side, she's been hitting a lot of cross court. So if you're a block, you read her inside cross court and try to take that power shot away, give her the line shot.
So Velez out of the timeout. There's Moore, she tried to go line. And Bertolino has brought the Yellow Jackets within 1.
Coach Collier doing an excellent job preparing her team in the last 2 points with strategy. You can feel a confidence come out. Sandin giving that bump set, Bertolino off the hands and out.
A 3-0 run now for the Yellow Jackets. It's a battle. Another joust, and we are tied.
What a comeback, Wiley.
4-0 run for the Jackets. Laura Fisher that time. Clemson has 1 timeout left.
The joust coming over. Good save, good send. Georgia Tech, wow, what a comeback.
Moore needing a big swing. She got it. And all of a sudden, after that 4-0 run, Clemson, like you said, Keely, they still had a good lead. They've got a set point. Trying to go up 2 sets to none on the road against Georgia Tech, a team they have not beaten since 2015.
Devin Taylor, strong service game. You get a good pass. This ball's going out to Bertolino.
And a service error. Back even.
And get the music going, Wiley. Dun, dun, dun. Georgia Tech back into a 3-hitter situation with their setter now on the court, Emiliano in the back row. You still, at Clemson, you got McGrath, but now against a stronger block, your right side Moore has been automatic if you can get her the ball back.
Mia Moore earns another set point.
Mia Moore, this is the automatic we're talking about. There's just power, a whip in the swing. Nice job changing up the play, bringing her up the gut into the middle of the court.
Serving for the set. Another service error.
I don't know if the Georgia Tech band got an A this week in their physics exam, but they just got an A+, yelling at Mia Moore on that jump top spin.
And now the Yellow Jackets gotta like who they have at the line here. I know Bianca Bertolino has not been as good as she was a year ago. Big serve. And on the slide, a tool for the Tigers, and they've got a 3rd set point.
Way to fight this out. If you're Clemson, you got Aja Daly back in your front row. Otene for Georgia Tech is in your front row. Emiliano saying, I'm going to run my middle blocker away to hopefully bring. Coach Collier says, hey, hold on a second. I'm going to use my challenge card to make sure that Otene's play wasn't in.
The ruling on the court is point Clemson. Georgia Tech is challenging. Ball was in.
Everyone waiting with bated breath here inside O'Keefe Gymnasium. Meanwhile, Coach Collier working on some blocking instruction, and here's our replay. What do you think, Keely?
I'm looking at the bounce closely.
Review, the call is confirmed. Georgia Tech will lose their challenge.
Yeah, that was the correct line, looking up from above.
So now a third set point for Clemson. The first two, they haven't been able to even land the serve. That'll be Mia McGrath's turn.
You got Otene in the front row. Georgia Tech needs a pass because you got a strong server by McGrath.
Otene. Taylor gets it over. Another swing and another surviving kill for the Yellow Jackets in this second set.
This is so fun, Wiley. You see the strategy kick in on both sides. Otene bringing it inside twice. Emiliano says second time's a charm. Otene with a power swing.
Mogridge. Change up on the slide. Point Kate Hansen. Side out, side out, side out, Keely.
And that, my friends, is how you do a change up and drop tip. You look like you're gonna hit and then drop it in. Nice job, Hansen, going right in front of the middle. Mogridge defending the line shot.
Georgia Tech trailed this set 23-19. A furious rally pushed us into extras.
If you're Georgia Tech, you're chanting, Otene, Otene.
Emiliano bump set to Otene. Daly with the swing. No hands. We play on.
Oh, just hanging on with everything they got. You saw Daly going high into the hands. She just missed it by like 6 inches. Georgia Tech happy to get no touch off that block.
Now it is Leah Harper making just the second start of her college career tonight with Menges out. Oh, big swing from Asia Daly.
A fantastic pass. You saw Setter Sant at the net and then was able to deliver a low inside ball. Block not able to get set up, and Daly took advantage of that seam shot.
And for the 5th time in this second set, Clemson has set point. It's Catherine Sant serving. And it's going to be an ace. Clemson, forget taking a set. They've taken 2, and they've got a chance to sweep the Yellow Jackets in their own building. What an effort from the Tigers here in Midtown Atlanta. Come on. This is good stuff. The Tech to pull out all the way in front. And Asia Daly will give Clemson an early lead here in the third set.
There's a little yes on the talk back to her teammates, like, we're doing this today. You can feel the confidence. Asia Daly not messing around.
Yeah, Daly had 17 kills on Sunday against Virginia Tech. That was an ACC career high for her. She got 14 tonight. And Emiliano trying a little subterfuge. Kate Hansen for Catherine Sant doing a little bit as well. Long rally. Ping-ponging, and that's 4 touches. Bianca Bertolino with the kill.
Coach Kier, all smiles right there. Seeing her team fight, you can't ask for anything more. Georgia Tech in the scramble. Bertolino got a nice tight ball to look at and got some tool off the hands.
Luana Emiliano serving, already with a double-double tonight. And Logan Wiley has checked in for Georgia Tech. No.
Yeah, Logan Wiley in the middle front, coming in. We haven't seen her lately. Playing middle, you got Mogridge shifting to the right side on the lineup.
And an ace from Emiliano.
Oh, I'm loving this. So this is the chess game as a college coach you play, any coach, is saying, what do we have, how do we get it? Emiliano dropping that, recognizing passers were sitting deep. Georgia Tech putting Logan Wiley in as a middle, shifting Mogridge to the right side, knowing Mogridge can hit off of 1 or 2 feet.
So that's the adjustment for Georgia Tech as they try and begin a comeback. Asia Daly into the net. No, I beg your pardon. Point for Clemson.
Yeah, block on the net violation. Yeah. Asia Daly in your senior year. You know, you just want to go out with a bang. There's some point where you just, I'm going to play this game of volleyball as hard as I can, bring my team along with me.
Yeah, that was 7 in white, Logan Wiley on the net violation. And this time it's going to be reaching over. Asia Daly arguing she went straight up.
Susan Emiliano, the question is, was the ball going over the net? Emiliano got it on her side. With the set, it was coming back. Daly reaching over on that.
So point for Georgia Tech. Here's Bianca Bertolino. Into the net, point Clemson.
All smiles on the side of Clemson. If you get a quick side out on Bertolino serve, you're feeling it.
Now McKenna Gilda, another chance to serve. Sophomore from Plano, Texas. Mogridge in the middle. Wiley on the block. Big swing from Mia Moore, kept alive.
Smart.
And that's a point for Georgia Tech.
Wiley, incredible one-handed save by Velez in the first play, and then the send over by Bertolino, dropping it right front short. The play came up, but it's such a blind set from the setter going forward to catch any type of vision. Nicely done.
Just the second match Logan Wiley has played in this year, and she comes up with an ace. Are you kidding me?
Bench is loving it. Fans are loving it. Getting some energy going. Nice job, Logan Wiley from Georgia, Alpharetta. So she's a local right here.
Indigo Young, I'm pretty sure she could touch the rafters if she wanted to, Keely. She's got bunnies.
The connection between her setter and Indigo Young jumping. It's only 6 feet tall, but just so explosive off that ground.
Now Devin Taylor is serving. Well, give and go. Nice adjustment by McGrath to handle that. And Liv Mogridge knew exactly where she was going with that one.
Wiley, I'm just having so much fun up here. So Coach Collier and staff shifted Mogridge on the right side. She can hit off at 2 feet. That's some power attack. So you balance out the court. Great change in strategy, coaching staff.
In the middle, in the back row, Bertolino, point Georgia Tech. So Keely, let me ask you this question. You got Mogridge on the right side. What adjustment can Clemson make? In fact, I bet they're going to talk about it right now because we're going to step aside. Georgia Tech, a 7-4 lead. We'll pick Keely's brain when we come back.
Extraordinary magic follows you around.
But it's Georgia Tech who's forced them to take an early timeout, and that's because Liv Mogridge shifting to that right side, Keely. She's really delivered, and now Clemson has to make some sort of adjustment.
You see Mogridge can hit off at 2 feet, and Coach Collier knows that their defensive side with putting Wiley in the front row is a good look as well.
Slide. Block. Mia McGrath.
McGrath took that shot. Like, I watched a lot of video on the slide attack, recognizing where Pierce was trying to cut that ball in. Her favorite shot on that turn back twist in her body. Mia McGrath stayed inside to clamp that one down.
Now Mia Moore's going to serve. A lot of velocity on this jump serve. Bertolino handles it. Down the line, Mia McGrath. And a fine set, too, from Catherine Sam.
McGrath had the cross-court shot, right? But she saw and she knows Emiliano's on her line shot. So she waited for that ball to cross her and then took it line, knowing that the shorter blocker was on the line shot. Beautiful.
And I threw the block again for Mia McGrath.
McGrath just getting hot. You saw Otene come all the way over. Emiliano pulled back on that defensive read. The block's not able to get that full setup. McGrath took advantage.
It's now 10 kills for McGrath and a service error from Mia Moore. Snaps a 3-0 Clemson run.
If you're Georgia Tech right now, you know your passing game's coming back. Emiliano, the setter's been at the net to run Pierce on the slide attack. You got to produce offense in your transition game. So pushing points right now as Clemson's in a two-hitter rotation with Moore on the bench.
Yeah, Addie Raines has come in. Sant goes to Hansen, a pancake, and it's still alive. Velez that time. McGrath says, what pancake?
Right. She saw her line shot again, Wiley. This is where Coach Collier is like, I know we need to push points, but those hands of Emiliano are so golden on the set.
This might come down to how quickly can Georgia Tech get Emiliano out of the front row.
Right.
Get through these rotations. McGrath serving at the line. Emiliano had to run a long way for that one. Whacked off the hands. Great dig from McGrath in the back row. Daly works it right through the hands. Point Clemson, and the Tigers have the lead for the first time in this third set.
The one-handed dig, it just kept it going. You saw the layout right there by Raines. Oh, that was McGrath, excuse me, going out, laying out.
Bertolino got it.
Wiley Velez is really that good. She's got insane ball control, one-handed set. Watch this, it's off of one arm, guys. It puts it on the money. Bertolino saw a block, worked it. Give that libero a hug right there.
Coach Collier calls her their stabilizer. Not just in terms of her passing, but in terms of her personality. Very steady. Now bump over to Fisher. Back row. And a violation here on Logan Wiley. Point Clemson.
Wiley's working her tail off in the front row. She's confused about that net violation call. Coach Collier wants to check as well.
Her foot's certainly over.
But you have to be full foot over. Half of a foot you can.
Luana Emiliano.
And here comes Mogridge back in your front row. That's what Georgia Tech, just holding your breath, get a side out. Nice slam tip over scene court. Good pass again at the net. You'll take anything at the net instead of running off the court.
Daly wound up big time. The block comes through now. Otene. What a difference it makes. Raines with a dig.
The whole bench running off the court.
What a point. Bertolino wins it.
Pat and the Liberos has a great job. Their whole team relentless. I thought the block for Clemson had a really good setup on each side, but that relentless cover kept rallies going.
Daly is swatted.
There you go. That's how, right there, Wiley, is how you make up for a net violation with a power block in front of their hot attacker, Daly. Logan Wiley with the jump back to that seam. Good way to recognize where the set was going.
What is it like for her? She's played just one match the whole season. Can't imagine she anticipated being put in tonight. I know Georgia Tech dealing with Emiliano there in the block and some undersize, but you think her heart's beating a million miles an hour?
Oh yeah, and you work for this. You train so hard, not only in club season, but building every day in practice, knowing it's gonna be a long career.
Bertolino off the hands. Taylor keeps it alive. To the middle, and Logan Wiley, another kill.
Okay, freshman Wiley. Watch how Wiley comes up, turns her body, and then still takes it to the right. She had defenders leaning to their right. Good change-up shot, going with power.
She scored 3 points so far tonight. An ace, a block, and they're a kill. Bertolino and the Yellow Jackets pulling away now. A 5-0 run.
Wiley, my friend, this is why you need middle offense. You just hold a little, create the seam. Bertolino, seeing Daly in her middle, going ripping through that seam.
Yellow Jackets trying to take the first step to what would be a huge comeback. Clemson taking their second time out of the third set. They feel like it's slipping away a little bit here.
You can feel it because Georgia Tech's clicking. We asked Coach Collier in her interview, do you play chess before you go into a match, or you try to figure out mid-match? She's like, well, it's a combination of both, but really it's match-based, what we need. We prepare for all situations, and you're seeing her adjust to get Mogridge on the right side, and you see putting Logan Wiley in the middle, knowing that she's scoring in practice. Fans might not see it, we might not see it during live in a match, but you know what your players can do every day in practice. And then you're seeing Emiliano take a time off. You're going with Fisher in the front row with the bigger block situation, but it's constantly trying to figure out like it's a math equation every match as a coach.
So Logan Wiley stepping up big in this third set. Here's the ace, a block, and a kill.
I mean, you have a freshman, Emiliano, feeling confident, setting that freshman. And I'm loving the confidence you're seeing with Wiley as well. Like, guys, I came to matches when I was young. I've lived for this moment, I've dreamt, and now I'm here to play.
For what it's worth, that only other set she played was against Alabama State in a match Georgia Tech dominated. So this feels like her first time really stepping into the fire. Daly. And Bertolino out of the timeout. And she's now got 11 kills.
What is different? As a middle blocker, you have to think about Mogridge and Wiley right now. That's creating the seam for Bertolino to hit between. The block's not camping out on her.
And Bertolino dumps it over. The Yellow Jackets now a 7-0 run, trying to flip this match on its head.
Just a bravo to the coaching staff. Wow. Mogridge on the right side. We haven't seen it the entire time Mogridge has been here.
Daly, big swing, and a bigger block.
Oh, fans are loving it. You know why? Because Logan Wiley, are you guys related? I don't think so. But coming up from Alpharetta, Georgia, Georgia fans know it here. Knowing what she can do, feeling confident, and that fighting energy, you gotta love it.
Well, you can't call her a Wiley veteran, we know that. First ACC set, and she has become a star. That violation against the Yellow Jackets. Indigo Young had it anyway. And finally, that 8-0 run is halted, but an 8-0 scoring run to separate the Yellow Jackets by 6.
Clemson was waiting for a pass to get Young the ball in the middle.
And the tool from Liv Mogren.
To not have a block camp on a pin attacker, you have to spread the offense. So you're seeing Mogridge get some kills on the right side. That's going to hold Indigo Young, the middle blocker for Clemson.
And Mia Moore coming through again. She's had a fine match so far, Keely. 6 kills now.
Watch how Sant reversed it back, knowing Mia Moore was coming up the gut right to that middle. That just set her confidence, knowing that your hitter still will arrive to the spot on a scramble play.
Great dig from Taylor. Goldon passes it over. In the middle, Wiley, a big swing. Taylor's there. And off balance, did Moore get the hands? Yes, she did. And she was calling for it, bobbing her head up and down, saying, yes, I got you.
I mean, so smooth. The dig by Taylor really saved the day. Going off the hands, no argument from left front Otene.
Tigers not ready to concede this third set yet. Another service error, though.
Pretty impressive change of events. You see the Tigers breaking down a little bit in that serve receive, but getting more involved, getting your middle Young involved now that you have Mogridge on the outside in front of McGrath.
That is the 13th service error from Clemson tonight. Moore off Wiley. Point Clemson.
What a hitter battle in the gym. You have Yoki on the bench right now, a strong attacker. Mia Moore working her tail off to earn that starting spot. It is well earned.
Taylor at the line. What vision, Deandra Pierce.
Wiley, not all shots have to be hard, but they can be like sharp. So you saw Deandra Pierce take a little off of that, just took the angle back to Sant, the setter. I was like deciding between her first and last name or just last name on that one.
Otene. And a block. Mia Moore. Her fingerprints all over this recent run for Clemson.
Earning her way, a junior on this right side, good penetration. You saw her vision straight down on Otene. A little cartwheel action, trying to avoid a collision.
Another service error.
That one hurts just a little bit, strictly for momentum, because you see Emiliano, the setter for Georgia Tech, back in the front row. You needed a little more momentum push now that you're in a two-hitter situation.
And she gets the roll. Not a lot's been going right for Tamara Otene entering this match recently, but that one went for her.
It's all about staying in the rally right there, staying in the fight. It's a long match.
That one's long. The Yellow Jackets poised here, though, to take the third set.
And you got Asia Daly back in your front row, still in a two-hitter situation.
Bertolino, no hands, point Clemson.
If you're looking at that, any type of motion with Emiliano, chances are in this two-hitter situation, you're going outside to Bertolino. You saw middle Sant recognize that as well. Hansen recognized that as well going out.
Taylor over the chairs. And now from her knees.
Net.
And a net violation there on Pierce. And how about Devin Taylor? There's a reason she leads the ACC in digs.
Reading to perfection, recognizing hard shot and then sitting in for an off speed. Just when she's in the right spot, good extension. Playing it before she touched the chairs was key to keep it in. And then watch how she sits in it. Boom, pick that up.
Clemson's trying to see if they can snake this third set away from the Yellow Jackets. A 3-0 run. What have you seen from Georgia Tech in this third set? What's gotten them back into this match?
I feel like I need to sing a song. Don't it always be? What is it? That you don't know what you got. It's gone. So Menges, her offense in the back row, while you have Emiliano in the front row. I knew I was going somewhere, Wiley. But when you have Emiliano in the front row, you're missing that back row attack, what you have with Menges, picking up some offense, because right now the Clemson block is settling out to Bertolino. You have 4 hands in front of Bertolino every swing. That's why you're seeing Pierce get one-on-one opportunities on that slide attack. But Clemson's picking up the digs, even on hard power hits, picking it up.
So Asia Daly, by the way, for Clemson now has 17 kills, matches her total from this past Sunday against Virginia Tech. Yellow Jackets hitting just .202 in this match. They're clawing their way, hopefully, for the Yellow Jackets to a third set win. Coming out of the timeout. It'll be Mia McGrath serving.
Yeah, this is where you wish, because you see Sandin pulling back. That's normally where Mendes is in the Georgia Tech backcourt. So you know the block will probably camp on Bertolino. If Pierce can come up with some offense, that would be huge for him.
Bertolino got hands. Yellow Jackets trying to salt this third set away.
Bertolino reached 1,000 kills as wearing a Georgia Tech uniform last match, but because she's crafty, that ball was off, she's still able to work hands to get the point.
Asia Daly not messing around.
It's one of your hold your breath or Georgia Tech. It was a little moment of check out of just like, oh shoot, that we didn't want that to happen. And you see Clemson just holding on in the transition, Daly all over that.
Well, we saw Georgia Tech in the exact spot that Clemson is in, trailing 23-19 in the second set. The Yellow Jackets rattled off 4 straight points. Ultimately did not win the set. Well, Clemson hoping that Nea Maria Yoki can push some points here. Yoki goes to Daly, who's got to bump it over. On the slide, Pierce, beg your pardon, Logan Wiley sends it long.
The right idea as you try to get a run going. Yoki, a strong server on that line, created that first ball line drive.
You can see Yoki's been tough at the service line. Daly again. Long set point coming for the Yellow Jackets.
I thought the set was money, just took Daly a little wide. Georgia Tech happy to get that side out, as now Mogridge playing the right sides back in your front row.
Well, Luana Emiliano began this set with an ace, and she finished it. Clemson keeps it alive.
You saw the Georgia Tech block had that moment of hesitation, and Sands, the setter in the front row or back row, nice send over, just quick delivery. It was a good time to use it as you try to push points to win the set. You almost want to chant, Mo Gridge, just take a little pressure off of Bertolino on the outside. Mo Gridge lined up in the front row. She's a middle. We'll see either a slide attack or something up in front.
Mogridge 0 in white. Catherine Sant is at the line trying to extend this set for the Tigers. It's Bertolino. And the Yellow Jackets take set 3 with the tool from Bertolino. Clemson took the first 2. The Yellow Jackets punched back with their backs against the wall. Still trailing after 3. Considered one of the most well-rounded players in the country, Bianca Bertolino, she's leaned on her attacking skills in that third set.
You saw Bertolino have a rough seam opportunity, and then not only is Bertolino getting the rip on the seam, but when 4 hands are in front of her, doing an excellent job working the hands again, like we know she can do in seam year in and year out, now in her senior year.
So will we go 5? Or will Clemson pull off their first win against the Yellow Jackets in nearly 10 years?
I really feel like it's going to come down to how well Clemson can serve from that line. If you're going to see a couple missed serves or bullets like we saw in that first 2 sets.
Mogridge off balance. Otene. Lunging effort from Taylor. Logan Wiley.
Coach Collier hopes you see this in a live match. You see it every day in practice. Wiley gets offense on her team, and now you're seeing going against a stellar middle blocker of Kate Hansen. Wiley, all smiles.
Plenty of volleyball left to go tonight, but Keely, after seeing Logan Wiley in that third set, do you feel like Coach Collier's thinking this is going to be a piece we're going to be using a lot more moving forward?
It's almost one of those, like, meanwhile while Menges is out. It's a sweet depth of your program when you can go to Wiley. Maybe give her a serving sub.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Hey, she's got an ace tonight.
Yeah, she got an ace. I'm totally joking. Great job on that.
She will head to the bench.
Wow.
Tamara Otene.
And Otene got the kill. That set. Emiliano laying out, going to basically her belly to keep that ball alive, make it a hand set instead of a bump set for location. Bravo.
And now Liv Mogridge. On the slide, Young did not catch any hands. Point Georgia Tech.
If you're Georgia Tech, you want to go on experience, and you see Clemson, when you know you're the underdog and you have that feeling like, guys, we could win this, the goal is not to get tight as you have a decent lead in sets.
They trail 3-1 here, and working it. I beg your pardon, no hands there. That just rode across the net and landed out. So point to Georgia Tech. They've taken 4 of the first 5 in this 4th set.
If you're in the Clemson huddle, you just say, guys, continue to talk, stay aggressive, because you can see a lot more players not talking.
Back row. Violation against the Yellow Jackets.
Coach Claudio, assistant coach Pinheiro on the bench for Georgia Tech, not happy with that call, but no argument from Coach Collier.
Coach Pinheiro in his 8th season now at Georgia Tech. Here you can see him with the clipboard.
Checking to see if the toe of Bertolino hit that 10-foot line before she jumped.
Otene on the second swing. Picks up her 13th kill tonight.
Otene's so good. I just can't wait till she fully knows her power. Off the net, still making a power shot through the seam of the block. Just walks it off like, okay, that's what I do, guys.
Double-double for the 5th-year senior. Asia Daly with the answer. And for Daly, that gives her now 19 kills tonight, tying her career high.
You saw Bertolino go all the way out to the line shot. Nice vision by Daly to cut it hard back with a one-on-one block situation. You're good.
Alive off the net from Emiliano. Bertolino, a flamethrower.
Emiliano used the net as her friend in that moment. Ball passed at the net. Emiliano waited for it to come out, kept the ball live to finally get a transition kill with her outside hitter, Bertolino.
And now Velez serving. Mia McGrath wound up and let it fly, but the Yellow Jackets will get it back over. This time it's Moore. Moore again that time. Great dig from Sant. Ooh, still alive. Bianca Bertolino trying to take over this match.
4 of those balls by Georgia Tech were played towards Sant, the setter for Clemson. Finally on the dig, got the scramble. Watch this pickup dig. Otene laying out just enough, taking it down again. Great scramble plays, but it was the final put away by Bertolino down the line.
So Georgia Tech a 7-3 lead early in this 4th set. We'll be back in just a moment. Sophia Velez at the line. Yellow Jackets trying to storm back here in their own building. They lost the first 2 sets, 26-24, 29-27. Jackets 1 set 3, 25-21. McGrath, point Clemson.
Great digs by both sides. That final kill down the line, that's the strategy that works really well for Clemson. McGrath showing cross court and just turning the ball line over Emiliano.
And how good does it feel for Mia McGrath to put together some good swings tonight? A little quieter in ACC play than she had been early on in the season. She's having a big night tonight. Big swing, Logan Wiley.
Setter Emiliano pump fake like she was going to tip. Watch her arms drop back to sell it, and you saw the jump back. Nice job going up, Wiley.
Emiliano serving. Mia Moore with the kill. Keely, I swear, if we were to freeze her face before she took that swing, her eyes have got to be so wide.
Just going straight power. Moore knows her jump ability and her power swing, going straight hard through that seam.
Service error. Yellow Jackets back ahead by 4.
If you're the Yellow Jackets, you have Emiliano in the back row. Of course, this is your time to push points. While Clemson's in a 2-hitter situation, knowing that they are not going to go to the back row on an attack.
And McGrath with the tool.
Oh, so good. Mogridge came all the way over on the line, and McGrath still able to hit back with a moving hand and get the tool off.
Mogridge from the right side.
It helps to have height. Mogridge at 6'4", just going high with the block. It's about an equal level to hit her, to block her hands, catching a little hands and get the redirect.
So 8 kills from Mogridge. She had just 9 the entire weekend, but again, with Larissa Menges out, Georgia Tech's leader in kills in ACC play. The Yellow Jackets trying to find production elsewhere. And Tamara Otene, give her 14 kills.
2 of those contacts were from your freshman, Logan Wiley. First on the serve, then the dig to cause this. Waiting for that shot. Otene's known has been open, finally taking it.
The 6'2" Wiley serving again. And Daly off the block, point Clemson. And that is a new career high for Asia Daly. She's got 20 kills tonight.
Okay, Daly. There's not anything you can't do right now. You're going power shot into a stable block. Feeling your game. I love the confidence.
She's hungry for more here. Clemson trying to get their first ACC win. Otene with a steep blast.
All because Deandra Pierce got up enough to think she was going to get the set. Watch the block. Young just hesitate with her enough, created the seam opportunity for Otene to hit that put away.
Mogridge. Tough serve. It's an ace. See the side spin on that serve,
I'm loving it, Wiley. So she's lined up at the right side. She's still a strong server. So Coach Collier is leaving her in on the service game. Ooh.
Another one.
Give that backpack of leadership to Liv Mogridge, saying, not today, guys, we're doing this. Mogridge, nice floater. That ball had like no spin on it, dropping it inside the court.
So 2 aces and now a timeout called by Clemson. We mentioned Georgia Tech trying to make up for the absence of Larissa Menges. Well, entering tonight, you've got 3 hitters averaging over 3 kills per set. Menges goes down, and now, keep in mind, this is their 3rd match in the last 6 days. So a heavier load this week with Georgia Tech and Clemson playing tonight instead of Sunday. That way they get a full week off after their match in Clemson on Friday at Derby Gym. The big night for Liv Mogridge.
You're seeing Georgia Tech coming out with confidence. You saw the smile with Bertolino. First 2 sets, we weren't seeing a Bertolino smiling at all. Now you're seeing a confident team coming together, led by Zero Mogridge.
Out of the timeout. Daly, soft, and a side out for Clemson.
So strategic. Recognizing Mogridge was sitting in the right back position. Mogridge, for the hard shot, you get her to move a little forward on that. When she's sitting back on the dig, that was a great tip shot by Daly.
So Mogridge will take a seat. Deandra Pierce and Lauren Sandin are on. It'll be Catherine Sant serving. Pierce in a flash.
Right away, Otene clapping it off. Like, there you go. We get some middle going. And you saw 2 blockers go up. It's a push set. Not close to the setter, a little pushed. Nice job to create the separation of Daly helping on that block.
Bertolino She's looked like a different player these last 2 sets, Keely.
With Bertolino, so much experience on her side, and she doesn't ride the emotional roller coaster. She's just stable. She'll figure it out, and she'll get the set by a defensive specialist, Sandin, and puts it to the corner.
Moore saying she got hands.
You saw Bertolino right when she did that, like shake it off, like, oh no. No toque. I didn't touch that.
Ace from Tamara Otene, and Georgia Tech now a 10-point lead in the 4th set. This is the most separation we've seen in any set so far tonight.
The belief has shifted. So you see Clemson get a little tight. They're quiet on the court right now. Georgia Tech feeling confident, even with Sandin, your defensive specialist, coming in to make a handset delivery, just a high ball to your outside. Let your outside hitters take care of the show.
And Claire Luma has come in for Clemson. First time we've seen her tonight, adding some serve receive. Comes from Daly, long way to go for Sant. Great target. Just a beautiful spot to pick for Asia Daly.
Nice down the line shot. You saw Otene a lot of times in like NBA. You'll see when you lay out, you just take a moment on the ground, just catch a little breather. Otene had the moment, but all the Georgia Tech fans looking like, get up quickly, please say you're not injured.
And Bertolino, another cut shot. Lead back to 10 for Georgia Tech. But Keely, on the topic of fatigue, 3rd set in 6 days for both these teams. We're comfortably over 2 hours tonight.
Right.
Fatigue's got to be a factor here as we get towards the end.
And you have Clemson in sleeve shirts. Georgia Tech in sleeveless. That does play a factor in fatigue.
They got some scissors there on the bench, right? They can cut those off. Velez with the service error.
And just trying to keep momentum going. No, recognizing, you know, if you're a coaching staff, so, okay, Georgia Tech may win this, but to go into a 5th set, we need to get our middles back involved in the offense and get our first ball contact, which is the pass or the serve.
Yeah, you want to try and find it here in this 4th set, not be searching for it as you enter the 5th. And decisive one, and Logan Wiley. I mean, this will be a night she never forgets. Had played in just 1 set so far freshman year, and she has now scored 7 points.
Wiley plays with every time I say Wiley, I think I'm talking to you, but plays with a moment of confidence of, been here, done that, and you're just a freshman doing it.
I'll tell you what, after tonight, you'll be thinking of her.
Yeah, he shifted. The Wiley will remember.
Miliano back to serve. Freshman Wiley in the front row, joined by a couple of veterans, Liv Mogridge and senior Bianca Bertolino. Velez goes to the senior. And she goes to the floor with that swing.
Great job with the defensive read, getting that up. Bertolino knew she was going to have 4 hands. Goes power right into the top of the hands.
And that time, Kate Hansen says, no, no, no.
Great job, Hansen, on the read. You need it for the 5th set if we're going to go, unless you can make a miracle comeback. Go into the 5th set, you need to shut down the offense of Wiley because she's been hitting 4 kills on 9 swings.
Look at that hitting percentage for Georgia Tech, 565. It's going to go up.
Wiley, the difference is Georgia Tech's passing much better. You have setter Miliano at the net to run this. That creates a seam for your attacker. Nice job. It's harder to read when you get a little ricochet off the block as well as a defender.
So serve receive can come and go in a match, you think? Or is it normally pretty reliable?
Come and go. So when you have experienced players like a Bertolino Otene, they can get their serve receive back mid-match. But a lot of times, without that experience, or if you are a roller coaster type of emotional player, you go high and low quickly, you can be lost for a whole match. Georgia Tech, a little more experience on their side. They came right back and passed a lot better.
But if you never have serve receive, you can't have it. I'm asking for me.
So yeah, I mean, Wiley, with a little technique, we've seen you.
Another long rally. And right in the corner, Asia Daly just piling on to what's going to be a career night for her. That is now 23 kills.
You watch how Sam brings Daly inside. The block had a shift inside, gave her a lot more line shot to look at. Nice strategy. Bertolino's so smooth on missed serve. Just opens up, takes it, lets it go.
So Logan Wiley serving for the fourth set and to force us to 5. Daly extends the set.
A career night just keeps adding on for Daly. 24 kills so far in this match.
Now Nea Maria Joki, freshman from Finland, coming in to serve. Hands? No. Point Clemson.
Wiley, you were exactly right. She was going for hands. So sometimes a swing like that looks like it's going out of bounds, but the intent was there to try to catch hands on that angle.
Mogridge stuffed by Daly. You talk about getting some momentum back, Keely, going into that 5th set. Clemson maybe doing a little bit of that?
You're right, you've got to get it going. If I'm Georgia Tech, I would stack Mogridge over on the right side, run Pierce on the slide, run Mogridge up the middle just for the serve receive ball. But if you get a pass right now, of course you're going to go Otene.
Iliano and Mogridge nearly collide. Iliano to Otene after that pass. Great contact from Addie Raines. And into the net from Joki, point Georgia Tech. And we go to 5. Georgia Tech, Clemson, gonna need the max to solve this one. A pivotal ACC match tonight, and Asia Daly has shown up for the Clemson Tigers. Keely, a career-high 24 kills.
Asia Daly's coming with power, mixing up shot.
And the first swing of the first set.
Nice.
Bianca Bertolino, a couple one-handed digs. Keep it alive. Mogridge with the flush.
Otene's first cover ball saved the rally. That ball was going down to the corner. The layout scrambled. Nice job on the finish, staying resilient, the Georgia Tech defense and cover.
And Bianca Bertolino, who has really turned it on since the start of the 3rd set. Clemson took the first 2 sets, needing 26 points in the first and 29 in the second. Yellow Jackets stung back, though. And another point for Georgia Tech. They've taken the first 2 in this race to 15.
Emiliano's not only a great setter, but she's an incredible defender, picking up a hard first shot off that slide attack by Hansen.
Daly got it. Clemson on the board.
Court awareness by Daly. She recognizes defenders are sitting in the cross-court shot, going for that deep corner. It's open court, way to find it.
So Yoki back onto the floor and serving. Off the net. Otenay with the perfect touch.
Otenay overset on that ball, but she came inside. And then because it was such a scramble and your Yoki, the server, came all the way deep into the right back, it was open court. And
Logan Wiley, ice water. The Yellow Jackets have won 4 of the first 5 points. We step aside for a final time.
You know what? I've got something I want to tell you. You're gonna be a grandma.
A comeback to get it to the 5th set.
It's a season high in digs, by the way, for Otenay as well. Out of the timeout, Wiley serving tough again. Cross court, Otenay line, no. Just missed, and Bianca Bertolino can't believe it.
I mean, that was just pretty. Just missed it a little wide, but when a hit comes down with that much power, you just appreciate any athlete that can do that.
Catherine Sant. Bogart's on the right side. Great dig from Velez. And a block. Pearson Otenay teaming up to slow down the right side attack.
Incredible digs. Watch the vision. Otenay was like, I am jumping back on this cross-court swing by Moore. That's how you do it, senior.
Laura Fisher comes on for Georgia Tech. Here's Liv Mogridge serving. Hands. Bertolino close it to it. Only problem was she'd already touched it once.
Wiley, it's one of those moments where you know it's coming. Daly's got one more rotation in the front row. Georgia Tech knew she was getting the swing, and still Daly can find a kill. 26 on the night, hitting .316. Impressive.
So Daly out. Gildon in. Lauren Sandin has come in for the Jackets as well. Velez has to go to Otenay. McGrath with a big swing and the kill. Clemson back within 1.
Good dig, just to keep that high and off. Gildon just getting it up. What a power swing down that line of the seam shot by McGrath.
McGrath, 15 kills, 9 digs her night. I mean, what you've seen from McGrath and Daly tonight has been very impressive. Over 40 kills combined. McGrath looking for another one. Beautiful dig from Bertolino. Otenay cashes it in.
How in the world did Bertolino stick that pass? It was a hard shot. Watch that dig, guys. Emiliano's at the net. That's sticking a hard dig to give a seam opportunity for your power hitter, Otenay.
There's a reason she's called the player. At least one of them in the ACC. Ooh, dangerous dig there from Sam, but she gets it to work in a joust. It was fearless from Sant going towards the pole.
Oh my gosh. Take it wide, that's amazing.
On back-to-back points, she does something that I'm not sure there's a player who can do both of those things. That was really impressive.
Vision, wrist shot, and the set delivery by Sandin. Let's go, team effort.
And looks like Clemson's going to challenge. And
The
Keeley,
ruling on the court is Georgia Tech point. Clemson is challenging the net.
we'll see if anything happens here. I think worst case for the Tigers, it kind of gives them an extra timeout as Georgia Tech.
Smart time to use it, just to check the whole rally to see if there was any type of net violation. Watch the vision, turn of the hand by Bertolino on that shot. Trying to stay away from Devin Taylor, the libero sitting in that hard cross. That was pretty, such as pretty, but I didn't see any net violation.
Different look at it. That looks pretty clean, I think. Obviously, you're a little obstructed,
Yeah, you're not seeing any.
but the net's not moving.
Kid watching at home as an outside hitter, that's what you want to see. You saw it multiple times how she turned her hand inside, avoided a strong power shot of Devin Taylor sitting in the hard shot, changing an angle with a beautiful snap on
After
it.
review, the play is confirmed. No net.
So Bertolino picks up her 21st kill. And Otene will serve.
So impressed with the comeback by Bertolino from the first two sets. She turned into her more stable self in that third on to the fifth.
Otene able to keep it alive, but couldn't stick it. Point Clemson.
Great job getting Young the ball. When Clemson won those first two sets, they got Young actively in the offense, a distance set. This one a little closer to the setter, but so fast off the ground, the block's got to time it perfectly.
Pierce from the middle. What a dig from Sant. Flat-footed McGrath in the back row. Pierce again, this time she's blocked. McGrath. Hands, no, it's long. Point Georgia Tech.
McGrath was trying to play a little dodgeball with her teammates, scrambling out, trying not to hit Taylor on that. Georgia Tech, pretty impressive so far in this comeback, being the first one to 8 to switch sides.
Keely, this has been a spectacular match. A lot of fun to watch, and I'll tell you what, the best news is, at least if you're a viewer, is that these teams are getting together on Friday night at Clemson.
Right, back to back.
Now, if you're a player, I don't know how you feel about playing a 5-set match over 2.5 hours, then going to play your 4th match in 8 days, in 2 days. There's going to be some heavy legs on Friday night.
Correct, and you almost hope that your coach just makes you watch video to make it a mental practice as you try to rest your body. But yeah, turn around on Friday, and I get that call over there, so I'll be driving to Clemson right behind Georgia Tech.
Sofia Velez. Big swing from Hansen. Better dig. And the block, Bianca Bertolino.
Wow, Wiley, just wow. Nia Moore, the hot hand, that's a tight set. Bertolino, head down, had her number. Watch the vision right back, jumping into that cross-court shot.
Bertolino, she's blocked. A roof from Hansen.
ACC volleyball in your face right now. 2 power blocks back to back. You just appreciate good volleyball and the level for all teams in the ACC. Nice job on that close, Hansen.
Now Addie Raines is going to get a chance to serve. The true freshman. And it's into the net. Yellow Jackets in double digits.
That one hurts a little bit, Wiley. Why? Because Georgia Tech was in a 2-hitter situation. You're 5 points away from the match. Emiliano, the setter for Georgia Tech on the service line, 0 at the net. Mogridge on the right.
Missed opportunity for Clemson, perhaps. Hansen shrugs it off.
Great pass on that. You see Clemson shifting their strategy, getting Hansen 2 balls offensively. You saw Young get it on the previous time when she was in, working the corner to corner.
Mia McGrath serving, and it's wide. Another service error. Keely, one of the reasons Clemson is here right now is because of how tough they served throughout this match. But those 2 errors just ill-timed. There's Tolino on the other side.
Gosh,
Daly, yes. Oh, man.
you are so good. I can't believe what we're seeing in Daly. Watching her progress throughout her career, this is impressive. Why you work so hard, 27 kills. Gosh, she's getting every ball.
Her previous career high was 19. She
Wow.
has smashed it. Tough serve from Yoke. He gets the Jackets out of system. Clemson trying to take advantage, and they do. Asia Daly, 28. Come on. And Georgia Tech wants a timeout.
You see a player knowing her game, gaining confidence and in the zone, they can take over the match. And you're seeing a hot hand, nice low set by her setter Sant. Feeling her game. I'm loving the progression of Asia Daly. Now it's filling in where the team needed her on the outside, making that change from right side last year to this year.
Clemson looking for their first ACC win, trying to snap a 6-match losing streak. For the Jackets, it would be their 15th. Top 10 in the ACC in aces. Just a freshman from Finland. Iliano running. Daly with the dig. Otene tried to go soft. She didn't get enough of it. Clemson within 1.
Daly did a good job picking up the first tip, coming off by Otene. Otene just not clearing the net on that. Georgia Tech will need Otene to win this. But if they can pass and get Wiley a kill in the front row, maybe you can hold your breath for one quick side-out rotation.
Clemson has now won 4 of the last 5 points.
Daly's too hot right now for Clemson. Georgia Tech doesn't want a transition play.
They go to Daly. Block that time. Another look. Long. Daly saying she got hands.
The bench looking down, shaking it off like no touch on that. We're gonna let coach not use her challenge card, possibly use it later. Georgia Tech giving 2 swings to Daly, blocking the first one, and Daly changing her shot, trying to take it long over the block, this time avoiding hands.
Now freshman Logan Wiley, who had played just 1 set entering tonight. She came on in the 3rd set, and she's been a big part of Georgia Tech's comeback with a big serve. Good pass from McGrath, and Indigo Young. Hear her roar.
Perfect pass. That ball was going deep on that service line. Perfect pass, so explosive. That block, because Young's up so fast, has got to pounce with her.
Devin Taylor with the dig. Daly with the kill. And we are tied at 12 in the 5th set.
Devin Taylor picking up the power swing, the dig. That caused a transition. Great job changing your shot, making it work. Asia Daly with the power swing through that seam.
It has felt tonight like these 2 teams are super glued together, trying to find some separation here in these final points. Oh, and a miscommunication point for Georgia Tech.
From this side, I almost heard heard Mogridge yell mine. That's the goal. A miscommunication at the net as a blocker, you're yelling mine so they don't drop on that ball.
And now Mogridge serving. Daly.
That ball looked in from here, Wiley, but Coach Collier grabbing her challenge card.
Our official Mark Prater is going to take another look at the replay review.
The ruling on the court is point. Clemson, Georgia Tech is challenging. Ball was out.
So, if this call stands, we're about as tight as you can be in a match. If it is overturned, Georgia Tech will have 2 match points available.
Yeah, looked in from live.
Morgan, are you there?
That's bouncing on court, Wiley. Nation with the ACC logo.
But it looks into you.
Yeah, that's...
After review, the call is confirmed. Ball's in. Georgia Tech loses their challenge.
Well, here we go, Keely. We have maxed this thing out.
Yes,
Clemson took the first 2 sets in dramatic fashion, 26-24, 29-27. Yellow Jackets took the last 2, slightly wider margins, but not by much. And fittingly, this is going to come down to who can string together a couple points.
You got Daly out now with her rotations. This ball's got to go Otene.
Otene with a pass. To Otene. Yes! Point Georgia Tech.
Good news and bad news. Bad news for Clemson. You got your 30-kill attacker on the bench right now. Otene for Georgia Tech is in the front row. That's a power swing. Smart timeout taken right now to get your strategy set by Coach Kier.
19 kills from Tamara Otene. Keely, I think one thing is true no matter what happens here in these final points. Both these teams are extremely tough.
Yes.
Because they have had their backs against the wall. Georgia Tech early on in the match. Clemson got in a big hole here in this 5th set. They were down 5-1 at one point, or 10-6 rather. And they were able to fight back.
It's developing grit. You try to push that in practice and put kids and players in scenarios to try to get it. But what you want to see is your team doing it live. So yes, Georgia Tech down 2-0, pushing this match to 5, and Clemson down this set, pulling it right back even. Pretty impressive by both squads.
If you enjoyed this one, tune in on Friday afternoon.
As an outside attacker.
So here we go. Georgia Tech with match point. They dropped the first 2 sets of this match. They have come all the way back and 1 point away from surviving a fierce performance from Clemson. They've got Otene, 5th-year player at the line. McGrath, and it is wide. Oh, by a fraction of inches. That's a tool from Mia McGrath.
McGrath so smooth on turning that line shot, working hard, hands on that. Devin Taylor loving it. Now back on that service line.
How about Coach Simpson Kier, her reaction? You saw fire in her eyes. Tough pass. Bertolino still gets a swing off, and she lands it.
Incredible. When you remember where open court is on your last shot, Bertolino, this is a bump set, tight ball off the net. Bertolino sold it and turned it line, perfectly placed to the corner.
She has tied her career high with 22 kills. Sofia Velez is at the line. McGrath keeps it alive. For the second time, her swing from the outside ties the score.
That's what you want to see. Fight and believe for the Tigers. Nice job, Mia Moore. taking it one-on-one, turning that line. Impressive.
Bertolino blocked. Great dig from Emiliano. Velez leaving her feet. Bertolino, hands. No. Point Clemson. And Coach Michelle Collier wants to challenge.
Looking at the body language from the Clemson block right now to see if there possibly was a touch. I did not see it live, Wiley, and I did not see it there in that quick
Georgia Tech
replay.
is challenging a touch.
Mark Prater's going to take a look at it. Keely, I'm with you. I didn't think I saw a touch either.
It's a good way to stop momentum, though. Just to create user challenge card. Ooh, it's closer than I thought. That view.
See if they can get a different view.
Coach Kerr's got to be so happy with the fight that she has seen with her team.
A lot of smiles in that huddle right now, trying to keep them loose. See Coach Simpson Keir saying 1 point.
After review, the call stands. Point Clemson. Georgia Tech loses their challenge.
And the Clemson Tigers, who have started the year 0-6 in ACC play, are serving for a chance to pick up their first ACC win and their first win against Georgia Tech in 9 years. It's going to be Addie Raines, a true freshman from Yorktown, Indiana, at the line. Otsune in the back row. What a dig from Taylor.
Wow.
Great dig from Otsune to keep the match alive.
Whoa,
Unreal.
the dig scramble. That's a hard swing by McGrath, and a set perfectly placed by Bertolino. Second time's a charm because Devin Taylor had the first read.
They are the two veteran leaders for the Yellow Jackets, Otsune and Bertolino, and they're the reason Tech is still playing right now.
You got McGrath on the outside in this rotation. Clemson's not gone back to Hansen. I would commit block right to McGrath.
Emiliano. McGrath goes soft. Velez to Mogridge. In the middle, Hansen. Bertolino reaching up. Oh, this is torture. Mogridge gets it down. Point Georgia Tech.
This is how. What do you got? What do you got? Why?
Coach Simpson Keir wants to challenge, but the ball was out.
Good scramble. Mogridge at the net. Did she create enough top spin for it to drop on that
The
line?
ruling on the court is point Clemson. Point Georgia Tech. Clemson is challenging. The ball was out.
Good fight. Good send over.
Ooh, that is close.
After review, the call is confirmed. In. Clemson loses their challenge.
Both these teams have faced match point, Keely, and they have fought back.
This is a better angle to see that ball touching the line off the bounce.
Yep. It was close first look. I feel like that second one's conclusive. And now Luana Emiliano wondering if this serve is going to be conclusive. It will not be. Mia McGrath. They go to her for the third time on match point, Keely, and look who's coming back onto the floor.
Walking off like I was waiting for that ball. Good line shot And yes, you called it. You got Daly in the front row for Clemson.
4 match points so far. Who's going to get the next crack? And it's going to be Georgia Tech. A collision in the back row for Clemson, and Devin Taylor appears to be injured. She laid out for that ball.
That's not good at all.
Let's take a look at what happened here.
1, 2, trying to make the third. I think she got her arm around, so when you lay out on a ball, you caught it on top of the ball as you rolled out. So maybe an arm issue or shoulder.
It is incredibly quiet here as Taylor gets some attention. Holy, these are good times.
Guess who's getting the ball?
Stay on the. She started with Devin Taylor. Said she wants to win so bad. She'll try and do too much sometimes. And not only is she okay, she's going to stay on the floor, Keely.
I'm impressed with that. I thought it was for sure a sub out. Devin Taylor, such a competitor. Guess who's getting the ball on this if you got a set, Wiley? Asia Daly.
Bianca Bertolino not going to give it to him. A walk-off ace in O'Keefe.
Bianca Bertolino coming through. It was a full team effort because Clemson put on a performance, their best match as a season, coming together, staying together. Asia Daly, 30 kills, but it was Bianca Bertolino to finish it off, coming through clutch, 23 kills of her own.